What's going on, everybody? Trev Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Ranch. Today, we are going to be covering several distilleries that you need to check out in 2022. I gathered several of them, and today we're going to be covering ones that kind of have been impressing me. There are a lot of people making whiskey out there, and these guys, they've been killing it. So I figured I would just grab a bottle or two to highlight that I own from them, but really just kind of highlight the distillery itself. That way you could go check them out, check out all of their products, and kind of make the decision on your own. Now I will say a lot of these distilleries on this list might not be available everywhere. Some of you might get all of them, some of you might not get any of them. But with how good of stuff that they're putting out, I feel like it's only a matter of time. They continue to expand, they continue to further their reach. So keep your eyes peeled. All right, let's just get right into it. The first distillery that you need to check out is Starlight Distillery. These guys are out of Indiana. It is on a winery. They make a bunch of wine, they're making brandies, a lot of incredible bourbons. My favorite thing about them is just all of the unique things that they're doing. Being that they are a winery, they have access to a lot of wine barrels, meaning we can throw some bourbon in an X wine barrel and see what happens with it. To me, that's really fun. That's pushing the envelope of what's possible with bourbon. This particular bottle I have is the double oaked. Fan-friggin-tastic. Again, just trying something fun and unique, doing a double oaked. This is basically a higher proof version of Woodford Double Oaked. Incredible. They've just really been impressing me. Family owned and farmed. So they're doing everything themselves. Distilled, aged, and bottled by Starlight Distillery. So these fools are out there putting another name in Indiana. All right, the next distillery to check out, Sagamore Spirit. These guys are in Baltimore, Maryland. Their plan is to become a full grain to glass company. They have an amazing piece of property. Local relations with local farmers. It's incredible. A lot of their stuff is sourced from MGP, but again, what I really love about them is they're pushing the mold. A lot of different finishes. It's fun. It makes things interesting. My personal favorite, the double oaked, is just super unique, and that's what I love about them. Let's do unique things to see what is possible. Now, they make rye, but to me, I feel like Sagamore Spirit rye is the perfect rye for bourbon drinkers. So if you're not really into rye, or you are, but you want something a little bit different, I mean, I feel like this stuff is unique, it's different, it's still familiar enough to a bourbon drinker. So if you're a bourbon drinker wanting to try rye, if you want to get into rye, I feel like this is a perfect bridge for you. Plus you're just getting something that's really good. All right, the next distillery that you need to check out is BR Distilling Company out of Memphis, the guys who make the Blue Note. Personal favorite of mine, these juke joint whiskeys are just simply incredible. Unfiltered, uncut, great proof. They're just delicious. These guys say they source from Kentucky and Tennessee. It's kind of a safe assumption they get a lot of stuff from Dickel. But I will tell you, stuff like the Blue Note 9-year, the Blue Note 17-year that they had come out is absolutely fantastic. If you're someone who says, I don't really like Dickel, I implore you to give a Blue Note that is sourced from Dickel a shot. I promise you, your mind will change. Now, I am not a Dickel hater, but I feel like this is just a good example that just because you source from someone from Tennessee, which is usually Dickel, it's not always a bad thing. So don't let that deter you. I think these guys are putting out really good stuff, really good prices on them. Like I said, these juke joints are really affordable. They're delicious. And again, it shows you what you can get from Tennessee. All right, let's keep it rolling. The next one on the list, Eye Distilling. These are the guys who make Obtainium. the Nassif Family Reserve. Gene is an absolute madman over there. The stuff that he's sourcing for this, okay, he's getting a lot of it from Indiana, but look at this. This bottle is almost 16 years old. It's almost hazmat, and it was around $60. It's just crazy. The quality of product and the price that he puts it out at is just unmatched. Again, does a lot of crazy finishes. I have some that are finished in beer barrels, just crazy wild things just to push the envelope, see what is possible. And again, my favorite thing is Gene truly cares about the consumer, keeping the price affordable for them while still delivering a product that is delicious. Cat's Eye was kind of my first introduction to light whiskey. They just kind of blew up with all of these crazy obtainiums, this super high proof, super age dated, and they're just phenomenal. And to me, it kind of, in my mind, set the standard because that's what I was first exposed to. To me, he's just crushing the game. Like I said, he's keeping it affordable. He puts out a lot of them, and they're all really good. So if you can get them, definitely give it a shot. All right, next up on my list is gonna go to Penelope Bourbon. Penelope has been killing it. I'm telling you, it's like they just keep putting out new expressions, and they're just hitter after hitter after hitter. My first introduction was this barrel strength, and it just kind of blew me away. I was not expecting, I didn't really know what to expect. You come across a new bottle, you don't know much about it. I guess you just don't really have high hopes. This was fantastic. And then every bottling I've had since then, fantastic. Huge fan of their Toasted series, all of the picks that they're doing. I'm just a total fanboy of that. I also love how now they're just experimenting with different things. They just came out with a light whiskey, which is pretty dang good. So that's what I like to see. Keep evolving, putting out new things, putting out really good things. Let's see what we can make, how good we can make it. Also, the guys over on Penelope are very into the whiskey community. I see them live on Instagram with all of these different other pages on there all the time. Very in touch, in tune with their consumers. So to me, that's a major prop as well. All right, guys, we have one left. And before we get into it, go ahead, leave a like on the video if you liked it. If you're not already subscribed, feel free to do that. Really does help out the channel. I appreciate you guys sticking around to this part of the video. If you've had any of these bottles thus far, let me know what you think of them, these distilleries. If you can't get them, let me know which state you're in, which one of these you're hoping comes to your state. Let's start a discussion down in the comments. You will find a lot of great people down there who will help answer any question. I'll try to answer your questions. Go down to the comment section. Let's start a conversation. All right, the last one. Now this is kind of a two-parter. This is a bonus round, okay? The last distillery that I recommend that you try in 2022 is a local distillery. Find a distillery that's near you. If your state doesn't have one for some reason, go visit a state that's close by. Go to a distillery there. There are so many of these smaller craft distilleries that are putting out a lot of good stuff. Yes, they get overshadowed by these big dogs, but that does not take away that what they're doing is fantastic. So for me, my local distillery is Rocktown out of Little Rock, and that's the bonus, is I just recommend Rocktown in general, but two, they are local to me, and I encourage you to find someone local to you and give them a shot. Again, kind of like everyone else on this list, they're doing really, really unique things, using unique grains I've never even heard of, just to see what the heck happens. Finishing in different stuff, they're putting out single malts, just crazy stuff, and it's so fun and refreshing to me. This last point kind of goes back to all of these distilleries that I've recommended. This is kind of encompassing every one of them. I feel like so many distilleries get comfortable with what they're doing that they stop being innovative. They find a formula that works and they stick to it. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but when these guys, these smaller distilleries, are putting out stuff that's just so much more unique, that it blows my mind. I see what they do now as the small guy, and it makes me really excited and hopeful for when they become bigger guys. The way they're finishing their whiskeys in various wine barrels, cognacs, all sorts of crazy things, the malts they're using, the grains they're using, how they're sourcing from local farmers, experimenting with things that many people don't do. It's fun. It makes me excited. It makes me look forward to what they're going to do next. And honestly, every one of these bottles, every one of these distilleries on my list, in some way, are doing that. And it's awesome. So, in this upcoming year, if you have not tried one of these distilleries, I encourage you, look up their websites, read what they're all about, look at the products they have, because again, a lot of crazy stuff they're doing, a lot of fun, delicious stuff. So this upcoming year, instead of spending every weekend standing in line, trying to get some once a year limited release, which is just a rehashed version of the last year's, go out, check out what these guys are doing. I promise you, you will find a bottle that you love. All right, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Again, let me know in the comments what you think of these distilleries, if you've tried them. If you haven't tried them, if you don't have them in your state, let me know which one you are excited for. Also, if there's a distillery doing really great things, let me know down below. Distillery that's kind of blowing your mind lately. Leave a like on your way out of here, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.